The finals just got some new release updates. We also got some brand new theories that are somewhat credible, as well as some brand new information on the potential of changes to some classes as well as new game modes. We have a few more dev confirmations and some updates on the current state of launch. We got a lot to talk about. What's up, world? Ship it back in video, we're checking out all things the finals. Okay, let's just jump right into it with this Steam update to their images. Now, Steam had a bunch of images that were updated, and we do notice some UI changes as well as some other changes within the game itself. Now, in this image here, you'll notice there isn't too many UI changes or UX changes, but there is some graphic changes on the vault, which I actually do kind of like these. They look like they have like a little bit of like indentation or depth to them. Now, there's a lot of speculation that this is going to be tied to a new game mode because some of the other images here also showcase that it's a little bit different. Now, there has been some speculation also from even the poster himself, who thinks this might be a casual mode or an updated version of Quick Cash. Now, going through these images here, we do actually have something that's very interesting, and that's the last image here, which the heavy is, I don't know if you can notice, but is carrying 2 RPG. Now, again, these images are on the official Steam page, so these are not edited in any way, shape, or form, although maybe they are edited to bring up some saturation levels, but they're not Photoshop. Now, this could be something that they're bringing in with double or even triple slotting, which could be potentially for every class. And yeah, I doubt that a heavy is going to be able to use 2 RPGs and some other class not being able to do some sort of the same tactic there. Maybe the RPG is going to get nerfed, as there's a couple things there with that. People are saying this is going to be way too OP. Again, maybe this is with a different game mode completely and not tied into the normal ones. And I'm sure they're going to have fun things like that, or fun different game modes that are kind of applying and happening all around. It is very interesting that there might be potential of dual wielding or having 2 special things, special weapons, or special items in those slots. Again, we'll have to wait and see if there's any updates there. However, as far as I can tell right now, it's all just mainly speculation. Now, there was some other mentions here, like the devs might just be using a debugging tool and accidentally included this in there and had the 2 RPGs just kind of testing things. All in all, this might not be in the actual game, or it might be in a later game mode, so we'll just have to wait and see on that. However, there still is more in this last image here with the wrecking balls returning. So if you didn't know, in the original closed alpha, they actually did have a wrecking ball attached to the crane. I actually completely forgot about these and completely forgot that they were in the game itself. However, they were gone in the beta, so maybe they were having some issues with it, or maybe there was some stuff with the server latency. But it does seem that they now have been added back, at least seeming that this isn't another debug situation or them adding things in. However, since they were in the closed alpha and yeah, weren't there for closed beta, I assume they're still in the game. Definitely really cool there, and this thing can decimate building, which is really nice to have. Now, moving on, we do have some speculations around the actual release date, and a few of those things can apply here. We have the first one here that the release has been in our faces the entire time. Now, there is a Reddit post here, and a Redditor goes on to talk about stuff that could be in the game closer to Christmas time, and the reason being is the AKM Christmas wrap skin. Now, I do believe the AKM Christmas wrap skin was in the actual gift shop or the store, and so this fan's theory here is that it's probably not going to come out to the end of December. However, from what we know about the employee scheduling, as well as kind of how Embark Studios has always been run, and about how the locale of Embark being in Sweden, going back to our previous notes on that, is that in Sweden they typically have holiday around December 18th, and if they need to do any emergency patches, which more than likely will happen and happens with basically every game, there's no way they're going to release this thing anywhere close to Christmas. At least if it's in Christmas time area, it's probably going to be in January and not make the 2023 release. However, with everything going on and a few updates I'll talk about in a second, we will kind of note that it's probably going to be in 2023 no matter what, unless something completely drastic changes or is updated from here to then. Now, obviously, people really want the game to release, and a lot of people wanted to release at the Game Awards, including myself. However, there's been some potential theories thrown around that it's probably just going to be a trailer shown off at the TGA and it won't come out till December 12th or a later date there. I still think no matter what, if they show off the game at the TGA, it's going to be a win for the game in general, but I do hope that it releases just like Apex and Hi-Fi Rush did with those drop launches that happened at those award shows, or I do believe Hi-Fi Rush was just at the Microsoft regular conference. Now, looking into some of the stuff with the actual release itself, I have checked into the ESRB and I haven't found anything with the finals getting its ESRB rating, which is a little bit weary, but maybe this isn't public information as of yet and it's already been decided. started, as we are less than 5 days here to TGA and the potential release. My guess is this is completely being kept under wraps on all platforms, and yeah, I assume Hi-Fi Rush was in the same sort of category there. Same for maybe Apex Legends, although back in the day, I do remember when Apex was about to release, there were people playing Titanfall. A lot of these streamers got inside access to Apex Legends, and they actually knew when it was going to release. However, of course, we've had a beta with this game, so it's a little bit different there with that. And because of that, we probably can't apply the Apex or even the Hi-Fi Rush launch, since they didn't have betas and kind of were shadow drops completely. However, we do have a developer confirming that we are still on track for a 2023 release. And as always, Hydroxate coming in kind of clutch here and replying to people consistently and also just updating people. But he has one here as well where they said, can you confirm the game will release this year? Now this was on November 28th, so this was a few days back. However, they did say yes, it's still releasing in 2023. Now going through some of his kind of mentions here on Discord, he has mentioned this several times that it's still releasing in 2023. So he has kept people up to date and nothing has changed according to plans or anything like that. Now some late minute mentionables, I thought I would mention this thread really quickly because it has a good theory. They again think that the trailer is going to be on TGA instead of the actual release date, and their reasoning is that it's in the middle of the night for Sweden itself, which is actually a decent reasoning there, that they don't want to launch it just in the middle of the night, and also the day before that big game that did exist and didn't exist, and the new Avatar game are both releasing on the 7th. Granted, these probably don't have the same audiences, but this could be that they don't want to have the type competition for that day and they kind of release a different day. We'll have to wait and see on all that stuff there and all the speculation threads. I'll be sure to include everything down below if you kind of want to read through the comments and see what others are talking about. Now another late minute mentionable here is the actual wiki site, which is completely 100% community run, which is nothing like Hogwarts Legacy and BG3 that we had all those issues with the streamers particularly using that site to embed their streams. However, the finals is completely community run and has no embedding and no advertisement on there. And honestly, this is probably the best and most visually appealing wiki site that I've ever used. It's super easy to navigate and really nice to just have information on hand with both Easter eggs and just kind of the game itself. Now the wiki lead actually got in contact with me because I couldn't find a location for where they specifically noted that there was going to be additional maps. He linked me to a bunch of stuff, showcased me a ton of different things, and yeah, this guy is definitely awesome. And it definitely is translating to how the wiki is being run and shown. So shout out to Kine here and the rest of the wiki team. And I honestly hope more people do appreciate this page just because of how good the wiki actually is. Especially in comparison to games that have had some really passionate audiences, this is kind of topping all of them. Again, I'll have a link down to the official wiki down below. But overall, that should about cover for today's video. If you like and subscribe, and until the next one, deuces.